Yeah. Hello. It's an honor for me to be present here and to take part in this conference. And the first, I want to say that all Ukrainians and I and me, we are very grateful for Baltics people for support and for fighting together with us. Thank you. Here is my friend Arūnas Kumpis, and we took part together in 3 operations of our small team in Bakhmut. It's a big honor. And we know that Lithuanians that not only support us, but they fighting together with us. Okay, let's looking at presentations. My topic is what works for Ukrainians and what doesn't work for Ukrainians, and the principal terms. The first, what works? Organization. What we could do. The first, we did fast mobilization. It was self-mobilization of our people, and it was very fast, and we can organize in very short time a very big forces, a very big army, and our army and land forces increased in 10 times during a month. It was a very important factor to stop aggression. Second, independent drone units. We organized independent drone units with independent tactics, with independent industry. And it's a key factor to stop Russians, to stabilize front line. And now drones, during last 2 years, it's a game changer for us. The majority of Russian losses, it's work of our drones. Now you see that our front line is a front line of drones. The drones control all front lines, and they do all the tasks, from strikes to logistics. And the third, drone, anti-drone industry. It's very important to have resources and to make priorities, to fund enterprises for supply warriors. Best warriors, best infantrymen, best operators, they need every day, every month, new models, new types of drones. And every month, every 3 months, the tactics on front line is changing very fast. It depends on drone industry and anti-drone technologies too. Next slide. Command and control. We had a very big advantage first months of war, first years of war. We have decision support system Kropiva, and Russians they don't have analog systems. They use only commercial programs for decision support. And now our volunteer project is it's a general system for tactical decisions and to control all operations on tactical level for our commanders. The second advantage, situational awareness system Delta. It's a volunteer project too, and it's a combined system to make situational awareness for all our units. It's a chain of informational chain for all our for all targets, for all informational about enemy. And the third, revolution of Starlink networks together with Google Meet and Discord programs. It's very important because you need not only communication system, but we use very useful commercial programs to manage these communications, to make chats, to make common chats, and our command control system is very changed. It's not the chain of command from the top level. It's a horizontal chain with command chats, with Signal, with WhatsApp, and for realize Starlink streams from drones, we use Google Meet and Discord programs. And about the tactics changements, now we have to say that Russians has very big advantage in all kinds of weapons, all kinds of ammunitions from start the war. And for survive, to beat them, we need new tactics, and drone infantry tactics we use. It's only one way to survive on a modern battlefield and to be effective on this battlefield. If we say about drone infantry tactics, how to sign about it, how to say, we know about the 4F tactics of infantry: to find, to fix, to fight, to finish. But when our infantry have drones, now we use 4H. The first, to hide yourself, to hunt the enemy with your own drones, to hit, and to hold position. And now we see very big changes of tactics of infantry. The principal task of infantry commanders on front line to survive, to defend your own dugout, and to fight and to defend himself. Drones could attack, could make reconnaissance, could strike, could organize, can organize logistics, and they can do every task on front line without the personnel. I recommend you to watch on some our best drone units on internet about drone infantry tactics. The first K2 channel. It's a channel of one of infantry battalions and of 3rd Storm Brigade 2. And the second changements in tactics, it's independent drone operations. We have some independent drone units, like regiments, like battalions, and they specialized with his own task. And now with drones, we could clean 30 kilometers of Russian positions. We can beat Russian artillery, we can beat air defense systems, and we have specialized drone units to kill them 30 kilometers from front line. And what works? Fortunately, yes, we have problems, enough problems. It doesn't work for Ukraine. The first strategy. It was surprise. This war, it was surprise. Unfortunately, for us, like for the state, not. It was We wait for the war like society, but we didn't have a real combat readiness like the state. And our strategy is only reaction on Russian aggression and the next steps. And we have a serious problem with defense planning for a long time. For example, mobilization. We made only a partial mobilization first year. This partial mobilization only for volunteers. And in this wave of volunteers, best motivated citizens, we can't to use it the most effectively. Like leaders, like commanders, like the shield for mobilized all the country. It's a big problem for us because next waves of mobilization after first wave, they are not so effective. They are so motivated and they don't have such combat readiness. They need more time for trainings. And it's a problem for us. The next, we have many gaps in our command control chain and strategic chain. Gap between decisions and organizations. For realize something, you for achieve the aims of our operations, we have to accelerate the enemy who has much more forces than we have, much more ammunition, much more personnel. Because if we can organize, we can to be effective. And it's a biggest problem, principal problem of unsuccessful Ukrainian offensive of 2023. We could not organize for realize strategic topics. And the next, gap between strategy and tactics. We have the gap between understanding the war of high command level and tactical level. Experience, understanding the war, battle orders. In every level, you have different experience and war is changing very fast for understand what happened for all. And it's a problem because in Ukrainian military tradition, we don't have after-action review procedures. It's a big problem for us. We can't to educate ourselves. The first on high level. Because modern war, it's not war of many tanks, of quantity of tanks, artillery shells, quantity of rockets. You have to organize reconnaissance to realize only one advantage in high precision weapon, and to hide your own troops during offensive or defensive operation, doesn't matter. If you can't to hide it, if you try to concentrate forces and attack, it will defeat, unfortunately. The third, operational planning of combat use of drones and high technology weapons. Our best drone units, they have his own tactics and they need coordination with other troops. They need coordinations with all electronic warfare, with reconnaissance systems. If we can't coordinate it, it's a big problem for us. We have some part of our front lines where our own system, anti-drone, electronic warfare systems, they hit half of our drones. We have many losses when we can't organize coordination. It's a very big problem for us because to organize high technology weapon of combat use of high technology weapon, it's a very difficult technological question, not only tactical, not only battle order. Organization. The biggest problem of Ukraine is the lack of division and corps structures. The highest level of our unit, it's a brigade with some battalions. For front line, it's a very big problem. The first problem, it's a problem of responsibility on the war. When you can't organize, when you can't control your structures, you have the lack of responsibility, and you can't to control and to influence on situation. The second, we don't have the operational strategic level units, but we have excess of administrative units and personnel. We have combat units without enough soldiers. We have now many battalions without infantrymen. All structures, all the staff, all supply, but no soldiers. It's a very big problem of planning. We have to planning that the most important person on the war, it's an infantryman. And infantrymen, they have majority of risks, majority of losses, and we have to protect them. We have to give them vacations. We have to protect his psychology and physical health. And if we can't plan it, unfortunately, we lose very fast our infantry, and it provokes many problems. The third, Sergeant Corps. Unfortunately, in Ukrainian army, we don't have independent Sergeant Corps. It's a Russian Soviet tradition, and unfortunately, we could not beat it in peaceful times. And it's a very big problem because the functions of sergeant in NATO structure, in the Ukrainian army, it depends only on company officers. It's a big problem for us. The problem, this war nowadays, it's a war of small groups. 3-4 soldiers, 3-4 infantrymen control positions, not more than 10. And if you don't have sergeants, you have very big problem with command control on tactical level. Ineffective training system. We have Russian training system with independent training centers for training every types of personnel. And we see that our training system for independent training system for soldiers, for infantrymen, for sergeants of infantry, it's an ineffective way. And we need in our best brigades, they have his own training units, training companies for train additionally the soldiers that from training centers of army. And fifth point, military justice. Unfortunately, in Ukraine, we don't have military justice. In every NATO countries, you have some elements, fragments, or all the system. Unfortunately, in Ukraine, we don't have no military judges, no prosecutors, no military police. and all problems with discipline, it's only problem of commanders in every level. It's a very big problem for our army. With big problems of this discipline, not only discipline of soldiers. It depends on discipline of officers, discipline of generals. We can't control high command level because we don't have instruments of it. Command control level. Russian tradition, unfortunately, centralization of decisions and decentralization of responsibility. Unfortunately, biggest problem during the war. Yes, we need to centralize responsibility on every part of front line, and unfortunately, it's impossible for us. We have manual control of every level of our command system. Second, NATO staff model. It depends. We have some units, best units. For example, I visited last time 13th Brigade of National Guard, Khartia. Yes, they have model of NATO staff. Very effective, with responsibility of some officers, with understanding how to organize, how to combine it. But unfortunately, the majority of our units, by our own manuals, they copy Russian Soviet structure of the staff. Third, interventions from strategy to platoon level. Very big problem, because we have the practice, very ineffective practice, when some generals, they can call and they can say, this platoon have to stay there, and you have to, and they give order to some levels lower, on tactical level. It's a very big problem, and in sometimes it's very big problem for our tactical level, for brigade commanders, for battalion commanders. After actions review, very useful practice. Only one experience, only modern experience can to teach most effectively. If you can't to understand what happened right now, if you can't to explain yourself why you have losses, why you can't to kill the enemy, unfortunately, you will repeat defeats. For to win, we need after actions review, and unfortunately, its procedure doesn't work in Ukraine in generally. Biggest problem. All critics, it's only in public opinion. And we have general problem. We are very good to improvise. We are very good to innovate something, but we have very big problem to scale. We are very bad to scale something. We have the very fragmented system of command control, and we have very big problem to provide something very fast and big scale. I want to show you again. I did it yesterday, but it's a real statistics of our best drone unit of National Guard. It's this regiment. It's on operation level. It's a real statistics with video fixation, with coordinates. Every target. You can see what can do drones on modern battlefield. You know about Baba Yaga, and this unit, they started the first to use it in big scale on front line. It's more effective than all our artillery together. Yes, drones could be effective only in complex. That can't be independent and only drones, no. But drones, they could make a new quality, new effectiveness. And if we could, these results, it made the unit with 700 personnel. 700. And they are very effective, and you can see that the drones, these modern technologies for do it, we need to build very effective model of reconnaissance, very effective coordinations with land forces, a very effective coordination with our troops, and we achieve such results. Not only techniques, they support land forces on front line. Okay, that's all that I want to say here, and if you have questions.
Thank you, Mr. Butusov. We have some questions. So let's start with a combination of few questions. How do you ensure operational security by using Kropiva and Delta softwares? And let's add Google Meet, Discord, and WhatsApp. Are they safe to use at the front lines?
We think that is very safe. We did not examples. We don't know about the cases that the Russians could destroy it, and it's very safe.
What requirements are applied for drone operators?
During general mobilization, you have only one requirement: motivation. And if you have motivation, you can looking for units for you, and you could be effective. We have very effective drone operators from 18 years and to 60.
Can drones be operated not from front lines, but from comfort of home or military locations connecting to drones via proxy stations?
Yes, it depends on model of drones. We have many types of drones, and it's possible. We have hundreds of model of drones on front line right now, and you can use it from many parts.
And who makes the decision if the drone is the best way to eliminate the target and not, for example, artillery?
It's a problem of coordination. We don't have, unfortunately, the general system, how to use, what kind of weapon we have to use. It's very fragmented. It depends on coordination on tactical level, on the level of commanders of some units. And we have coordination because we have communications between commanders, and the majority of effective commanders, they try to destroy, and they are looking for the ways to do it.
Thank you once again. A round of applause for Mr. Yurii Butusov.